Right now, live at 5, COVID cases surge in our local schools. How districts in the Northland are responding. Plus,
steelworkers on the range fight against the vaccine mandate. We tell you more coming up.
And later, some heartwarming news to share after a team of sled dogs was hit by a snowmobile. How the Northland has stepped up to help.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Briggs LaSavage. Up on the Iron Range, some steel workers will not be forced to comply with the vaccine mandate for the time being.
United Steelworkers Union members from Mintac and Keetac reached an agreement with U.S. Steel last Friday, and today we're learning more details about the situation. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham spoke with union leadership today. Quinn, what did you find out about these negotiations and what does it mean for the union going forward?
Well, Kristen, Briggs, the federal vaccine mandate proposed by President Biden would be implemented by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, better known as OSHA, and U.S. Steel would enforce it. That OSHA policy will apply to nearly all of U.S. Steel's locations. The Iron Range mines, however, are governed by the Mining Safety and Health Administration, known as MSHA, which specifically handles mines. Because of that, U.S. Steel's local operations do not fall under OSHA jurisdiction. The union issued a cease and desist to the company and received a reply saying U.S. Steel would not be implementing OSHA's standard at the Mintac and Keetac locations should the vaccine mandate go into effect. Mintac's union president, Steve Bonach, says a lack of representation was their biggest concern.
What we believe in is doing the right thing as a company and following along the way it was directed to be, and that is follow MSHA guidelines. So that's the main thing we argued.
Bonach says enough union members also expressed concern over the mandate itself, so they felt it was important to address the issue. We also reached out to U.S. Steel for comment. They said in a statement they support all federal mandates where they're applicable and will continue to communicate with their employees about any policy changes.
And we'll hear more from union reps about their concerns coming up at 6. Thank you, Quinn.
No public health emergency, no mask ordinance. That was the outcome of last night's Duluth City Council meeting. The contentious proposal was shot down 7-2. Councilors Derek Medved and Ross Randorf were opposed. But the council did pass a resolution recognizing Mayor Emily Larson's emergency powers. Larson can declare her own emergency and propose a mask mandate. If Larson were to enact a mandate, the council would have to approve it with a majority vote within 3 days. We asked the city today if Larson plans to take that step. City reps say they'll keep working with her to evaluate data and make a decision.
After winter break, COVID cases are spiking in our local schools, and that's leading one district to bring back its mask mandate. The Superior School District originally lifted the mandate on January 3rd, but today they announced all students, staff, and visitors in any district building will be required to wear masks again starting tomorrow. The superintendent says rising cases has also led to many staff and student absences. She hopes this temporary return to masks will slow the spread. We'll take a closer look at case numbers in Superior schools and hear more from their superintendent tonight at 6. Meanwhile, Bayfield students will shift to virtual learning tomorrow. That's due to a sharp uptick in COVID cases. After consulting with local health departments, the school board voted to move mainland schools to virtual learning through January 26th. LaPointe students will keep learning in person. All students and staff will get COVID tested in 2 weeks to determine if in-person learning can resume.
Demand was high for COVID testing in Duluth today. Here's a look at the line around noon. It stretched from the testing hall at the deck, up the stairs, and all the way into the skywalk. A testing center employee tells us their rapid testing software was down for a bit. Minnesota's average positivity rate has now surged to more than 19%. That shatters records as the state grapples with the Omicron variant.
Police gave the all clear at Duluth East this afternoon after determining a bomb threat made against the high school was not credible. The DPD got an anonymous tip just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. Students went on lockdown right away while police officers and a canine searched the building. After about a half hour, they said everything was safe. Students went to their 6th period class where they could talk about the incident with their teachers. The district says they also had counselors and social workers ready to offer support. They say they take all threats, no matter how vague, very seriously. Duluth police are still investigating.
Dave joins us now for a quick look at the weather. Dave, a lot of us enjoyed that warm-up today.
Yeah, it was a little bit slow to come, though, because some towns did start pretty chilly this morning for one last time, at least for a couple of days. Let's take a look at what the wake-up temps were this morning. And ignore the 14 in Ely. They've been having some problems with their sensors, so has Silver Bay. So that 14 is probably a fluke. But it was only 5 below in Hibbing-Chisholm rather than 25 below. We call that an improvement. 0 for Moose Lake, not so bad. 5 below Ashland, not too bad either. The cold did linger longest, though, towards Watersmeet, where they still topped out at 22 below. But a warm front coming our way warmed things up today. And overnight tonight and through early tomorrow morning could create a chance for a little bit of light flurry activity. And light means a trace to about an inch at best. But even that is enough to slick up the road, so travelers tomorrow morning for the commute should be ready to do so cautiously. Here's our short-term forecast. Tonight it's mostly cloudy, and it's really only a 30% chance for that morning snow, followed by some partial sunshine in the afternoon. Overnight lows tonight will be around 20 above rather than 20 below. Tomorrow's high temp doesn't go up too much more than that, but it's still warmer than normal. This cannot last forever. I'll talk about when temperatures will cool down and a chance for snow here from Wednesday through Friday coming up. All of that in just a couple more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. President Biden and Vice President Harris traveled to Atlanta, Georgia to make the case for Senate passage of voting rights legislation.
At least 19 states, including Georgia, have passed 34 laws, making it more difficult for people to vote since the 2020 presidential election. Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill.
The fight for democracy took center stage in Atlanta, Georgia, as President Biden pushed for passage on key voting rights bills.
For the right to vote and to have that vote counted is democracy's threshold liberty. Without it, nothing is possible. But with it, anything is possible.
One measure would update the 1965 Voting Rights Act and force states with a history of discrimination to clear any potential changes to election laws with the Justice Department.
There is nothing normal about a law that makes it illegal to pass out water or food to people standing in long voting lines.
Another would establish national election standards by, among other things, requiring all 50 states to offer at least 2 weeks of early voting. President Biden has signaled he's ready to change Senate rules to allow the voting rights bills to pass with a simple majority, without Republican support. But at least 2 moderate Senate Democrats, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, remain opposed to changing the filibuster rules, while Republicans say the move goes too far.
It protects a member of the Senate who represents a minority view or needs additional information before agreeing to proceed.
Some voting rights advocates have also expressed concerns President Biden isn't moving fast enough.
What we really want to see, given that he came down here, is that he's got a ironclad deal in place.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is expected to force a vote on the filibuster issue on the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday next Monday. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Some voting rights advocates boycotted President Biden's speech. Georgia Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams also missed the event, citing a scheduling conflict.
Still to come on Live at 5, Bayfield schools are looking for input on the future of their district. Details as we take you around the Northland after the break.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-758-1647. Again, that's 800-758-1647.
Hi, Russell Nicolay, Nicolay Law Office. If you've been seriously injured, we can help. For the last 14 years, my office has been helping folks like you and holding insurance companies accountable. My award-winning legal team can help you and your family. Remember, if you've been injured, get Nicolay. We win or you don't pay.
We've got new information now explaining why.
Why should ordinary Americans care what's happening here in Ukraine?
Deep divisions remain.
Elizabeth, why did they kick you out?
They are expecting public unrest.
Why are they releasing these videos now?
Police are pushing us back.
We found one hell of a story of survival.
That's why you have to do your own research to get to the truth.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News live at 5. Here's a live look from the Two Harbors boat launch, and it is another beautiful night out there tonight as temperatures around the region begin to climb. Thankfully, very happy about that. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes, but first let's head over to Kristen for a look around the region.
A community health survey in Virginia and a chance to speak with a local lawmaker in International Falls. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in Bayfield tonight, where the school district is looking for community feedback. They are hosting 2 community listening sessions in the coming weeks for families and community members to provide input on what they'd like to see for the future of the school district. The first session will be this Saturday morning from 9 to 10:30 at Bayfield School's LRC building. The next session will be virtual next Wednesday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Next, we head to Virginia, where they, too, are looking for community input. A local Essentia Health committee is looking for community feedback on their priority areas. The committee has chosen to focus on social connectedness and healthy food access as their areas of improvement for the next 3 years. All who provide feedback will be entered to win a Target gift card. We will have a link to access the survey on our website. And we wrap up in International Falls tonight, where later this month, a state representative will be hosting a listening session with his constituents. State Rep Rob Eklund will host a legislative listening session in 2 weeks on January 25th to discuss the upcoming legislative session with the community. The meeting will be held at 6 p.m. at the Library Bistro. All Coochin County residents are invited. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, the Northland is rallying behind musher Ryan Reddington after a snowmobile hit his sled dog team over the weekend. Details on how the community is stepping up in just a few minutes.
A warm front brought our high temp back to normal today, 20 versus 20. Tomorrow will be similar, maybe Thursday as well. Come Friday, there's a chance for a cool down and a chance that a low pressure system may just undercut our region or bring somebody else the heavier snows. We'll talk about these latest theories coming up after our break.
Stay connected to Live Local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
Eric Paulson here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Hi, folks. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Millions of people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline. Call, check your zip code, see if you're eligible, and get what you deserve. Call now.
Call 1-800-476-5600. That's 1-800-476-5600 now.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS 3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, that warm front sure did its trick today, taking temperatures back up to normal into the positive range. And tonight it'll be so positive it'll be 20 above for some towns rather than 20 below. So tonight, cloudy and warm. For Wednesday, the low pressure system associated with that warm front will keep it mild and also deliver a very slight chance for some light snow. We'll talk about how much in just a bit. Later in the week, though, it is going to cool down again. And could it get snowier? Next low pressure system just might undercut our region and miss us, but that's still up in the air right now. We'll talk more about the latest things that we're thinking about that here in just a bit. Right now, we've got the current conditions and a beautiful picture in downtown Duluth here. 21 degrees the current temp, 68% the relative humidity, west wind 13 miles per hour, and air pressure coming down a little bit, 29.78 inches of mercury. That'll eventually cloud up the sky and bring us that chance for light snow tomorrow morning. Current temps, they're very positive. Mid-teens for the Upper Peninsula. Northern Wisconsin is running 18 in Ashland to 23 in Superior, and the rest of our towns in between. In Minnesota to the south, upper 20s for places like Moose Lake. Low 20s here at the head of the lakes. It is as cool as only 9 above up the Gunflint Trail. And teens for the North Shore, teens for the Mesabi, teens also for the Vermilion and Border Country, but still positive readings. Nobody's below zero and probably won't dip below zero tomorrow either. Now, we talk about sky conditions. Today came up partly sunny with clouds here and there and a few peaks of blue every now and then as well, but with a low pressure system riding along the Canadian border. Right now, we're seeing a few very scattered light snow showers there blipping along the border. And the clouds are coming in as well, leading us to a 30% chance then for light snow tomorrow. Mild conditions will linger. How light is light as far as the snow goes? Well, I think most of us are going to be running about a trace. The rest of the region, that's what we'll call us. Northern Minnesota from the Mesabi Vermilion ranges towards Border Country, you might be able to pull a ½ inch to about an inch. So this isn't a huge deal. Firing up our forecast map, we start with our low running along the Canadian border and trying to take a bit of a dive down towards the south. And so once we get into Thursday, we'll have a chance for light snow there as well. Looks to be just light stuff. But the back end of this low and the front of another one coming in from the west, that's what could bring decent snows on Friday. But again, the latest theories are this low and the other one will ride to the south and to the east rather than right through our area. And we may just get a dusting or so. We'll of course track the system as it gets closer. Let's start now looking at the forecast with tonight's deal in Minnesota. Mostly cloudy sky with lows that do get as cool as the single digits up north, but that's single digits above zero. Then the rest of the region 10 to even 24 degrees, warmest by the lake, of course. In Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps there, 15 to 22 above, mostly cloudy sky. For tomorrow, high temps, Wisconsin and Michigan, 23 to 27. The chance for that dusting of snow is in the morning, then should be partly sunny in the afternoon. Minnesota runs a similar deal there as well. High temps could be as cool as 10 in Ely, but as warm as 27 in Moose Lake. And now with our extended forecast here, we have the light snow Wednesday morning. We have a chance for light snow peppered through the day on Thursday. Friday's that iffy day where it could be big if it comes towards us, and we could miss out almost completely. We're playing it by ear, keeping an eye on the sky, all the other weather cliches, but it should be gone once we get into the weekend. And that's when the warm spell will be gone too. We'll drop our highs into the teens for for the most part. But again, that's teens above rather than teens below.
Yeah. Gotta say, 18 still will feel pretty good.
Yeah, that's only 2 degrees cooler than normal.
Not bad at all.
Nope. Thanks, Dave. For the first time ever, the American Red Cross has declared a blood crisis. The Red Cross says blood supply is the lowest it's been in over a decade. Since the beginning of the pandemic, the number of donors has dropped by 10%. All blood types are needed, but especially type O positive and O negative. Platelet donations are also critically low. The Red Cross supplies 40% of the nation's blood and has had to severely limit deliveries due to the lack of supply.
Thousands of dollars have been donated to help 2 sled dogs hit by a snowmobile in Bayfield County. Former Bear Grease champion Ryan Reddington and his team were training on a multi-use trail in Iron River Saturday night. He says a snowmobiler swerved to hit them and struck 2 of his dogs, Willie and Wildfire. Facing some cuts and scrapes, Willie is expected to run again in a few weeks, but Wildfire broke his leg in 2 places and needed surgery. So far, a GoFundMe page has raked in $32,000 to help Reddington pay those vet bills and care for the rest of his dogs. That's $23,000 more than their original goal. We have a link to donate on our website. Reddington says he wasn't able to get a good description of the snowmobile, so authorities say it could be hard to nail down a suspect. He is signed up to run the Bear Grease full distance race later this month. No word yet if he still plans to.
Still to come, they changed history and now they are appearing on Change. Meet the U.S. women who will appear on the quarter. Coming up after the break.
Wakudere Ojibwe College really supports your education no matter how long it takes you. It's a very good group of people here to help continue your education.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmonds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmonds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS 3.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-758-1647. Again, that's 800-758-1647.
Hi, folks. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Millions of people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline. Call, check your zip code, see if you're eligible, and get what you deserve. Call now.
Call 1-800-476-5600. That's 1-800-476-5600 now.
Dear Winter, my squad of 16 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Bundle up, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, Gail King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters really, and best of all, we'll have a good time together. We like to do that. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that one was pretty good.
news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
New coins featuring prominent women in U.S. history have begun shipping out to banks this week, starting with writer Maya Angelou.
Yeah, it's part of the multi-year series to honor the contributions of women to this country across several fields, including civil rights, government, science, and the arts. Natalie Brand is in Washington with more.
It's change that reflects the power of women and diversity in our nation's history. A reminder now featured on a special series of coins shipping out to banks this week, with poet and civil rights leader Maya Angelou as the first Black woman to appear on a U.S. quarter.
When you hold that quarter and you see someone in your lifetime that you've heard of or that you've read about in history, that is a teachable and a defining moment in our lives.
And what does it symbolize?
It symbolizes women are powerful, women are prominent.
Deputy Director of the United States Mint, Ventress Gibson, was appointed as the first African American to lead the agency.
The Mint produces nearly 15 billion coins a year. So to have women as part of our economy in that perspective when it comes to coins is huge.
The other women honored this year are first female astronaut Sally Ride, the first female chief of the Cherokee Nation Wilma Mankiller, Latina suffrage leader Nina Otero Warren, and the first Chinese American film star Anna May Wong. The coin's other side will still depict founding father George Washington.
They're pairing these two entities together to say this is an American icon and we should remember that everyone is a part of this national story.
Smithsonian curator Angela Tate says the museum's Women's History Initiative had a role in the selections.
Our process has been to compile lists of significant women and to discuss and think about national and international and local impact.
This year's 5 honorees are the first as part of a 4-year program approved by Congress to celebrate the contributions of American women across various backgrounds and fields. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
A new series of quarters will be released each year through 2025, with a different coin rolling out every 2 to 3 months.
We've got a packed broadcast for you tonight. Breaking news. A medevac helicopter carrying 4 people, including an infant, crashes en route to a children's hospital. The new details tonight. Plus, the nation's biggest cop killer, why COVID made 2021 the deadliest year on record for America's law enforcement. And we've got an update tonight on that story about a chess program in Compton and how our viewers opened their hearts and wallets to help change lives. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning brought to you by the Birth Center at Essentia Health. By your side every step of the maternity journey so you can rest easy knowing you're both in good hands.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
Do you suffer from lower back pain while standing or walking? Northland Anesthesia Associates is here to provide you with surgical-free pain relief. With a fellowship-trained and board-certified staff, they offer each patient a customized, effective treatment plan. Call today for the relief you deserve.
I've heard nothing but great reviews. Mediacom's Wi-Fi 360 Pro has really been a game changer for our customers.
The Wi-Fi 360 Pro can handle speeds up to 1 gig, which is phenomenal for any kind of at-home usage.
A lot of them are happy with it because they get 2,000 square feet of coverage in the house. So you have coverage in your upstairs, garage, and all across the home.
Get Extreme Wi-Fi 360 Pro free for 3 months when you add Extreme Internet.
I protect this house every time I step on the ice. J3 Insurance protects my house, my family, and everything important to me 24/7. Visit or call J3 Insurance today and protect what matters to you.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Tuesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6.
Tonight, we brought you the latest after United Steelworkers reached an agreement with U.S. Steel last week that says they will not be forced to comply with President Biden's federal vaccine mandate for miners here on the range. That's because they are governed by the Mining Safety and Health Administration, not OSHA, and will not fall under the president's mandate.
And coming up tonight at 6, as community outcry continues over child abuse concerns in Carlton County, tonight we hear from family members as that battle continues.
That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next.
We'll see you back here at 6.